It is the cause, not the death, that makes the martyr. Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. As for me, to love you alone, to make you happy, to do nothing which would contradict your wishes. This is my destiny and the meaning of my life. Circumstances. What are circumstances? I make circumstances. Ability is of little account without opportunity. Throw off your worries when you throw off your clothes at night. Victory belongs to the most persevering. Music is what tells us that the human race is greater than we realize. Never tell your enemy he is doing the wrong thing. History is the version of past events that people have decided to agree upon. The hand that gives is among the hand that takes. Money has no fatherland. Financiers are without patriotism and without decency. Their sole object is gain. The surest way to remain poor is to be honest. To understand a man, you have to know what was happening in the world when he was 20. Great men are meteors designed to burn so that earth may be lighted. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. Religion is what keeps the poor from murdering the rich. A true man hates no one. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. The greatest danger occurs at the moment of victory. Courage is like love. It must have hope for nourishment. If we could read the past histories of all our enemies, we would disregard all hostility for them. It's the unconquerable soul of man, and not the nature of the weapon he uses, that ensures victory. A throne is only a bench covered with velvet. Put your iron hand in a velvet glove. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. Those endowed with it may perform very good or bad acts. All depends on the principles which direct them. In our time, no one has the conception of what is great. It is up to me to show them. The only victory over love is flight. I saw the crown of France laying on the ground, so I picked it up with my sword. The extent of your consciousness is limited only by your ability to love and to embrace with your love the space around you and all it contains. I have seen only you. I have admired only you. I desire only you. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. I am surrounded by priests who repeat incessantly that their kingdom is not of this world, and yet they lay hands on everything they can get. We must laugh at man to avoid crying for him. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. If you wish to be a success in the world, promise everything, deliver nothing. I start out by believing the worst. There is a joy in danger. All great events hang by a single thread. The clever man takes advantage of everything, neglects nothing that may give him some added opportunity. The less clever man, by neglecting one thing, sometimes misses everything. Success is the most convincing talker in the world. Impossible is the word found only in a fool's dictionary. Wise people create opportunities for themselves and make everything possible. Give me enough medals, and I'll win you any war. A revolution is an idea taken up by bayonets. Courage cannot be counterfeited. It is one virtue that escapes hypocrisy. Nothing is lost as long as courage remains. War is the business of barbarians. Let France have good mothers, and she will have good sons. What is the government? Nothing, unless supported by opinion. When you have an enemy in your power, deprive him of the means of ever injuring you. There are so many laws that no one is safe from hanging. Ordinarily, men exercise their memory much more than their judgment. The herd seek out the great, not for their sake, but for their influence, and the great welcome them out of vanity or need. Power is my mistress. I have worked too hard at her conquest to allow anyone to take her away from me. I make my battle plans from the spirit of my sleeping soldiers. One must indeed be ignorant of the methods of genius to suppose that it allows itself to be cramped by forms. Forms are for mediocrity, and it is fortunate that mediocrity can act only according to routine. Ability takes its flight unhindered. We are made weak both by idleness and distrust of ourselves. Unfortunate indeed is he who suffers from both. If he is a mere individual, he becomes nothing. If he is a king, he is lost. From triumph to downfall, there is but one step. I have noted that, in the most momentous occasions, mere nothings have always decided the outcome of the greatest events. Women are nothing but machines for producing children. England is a nation of shopkeepers. The love of glory is like the bridge that Satan built across chaos to pass from hell to paradise. Glory links the past with the future across a bottomless abyss. Nothing to my son except my name. All great events hang by a hair. The man of ability takes advantage of everything and neglects nothing that can give him a chance of success, whilst the less able man sometimes loses everything by neglecting a single one of those chances. As a rule, it is circumstances that make men. It is only by prudence, wisdom, and dexterity that great ends are attained and obstacles overcome. Without these qualities, nothing succeeds. He who cannot look over a battlefield with a dry eye causes the death of many men uselessly. Never depend on the multitude, full of instability and whims. Always take precautions against it. Of all the peoples of Europe, Spaniards disgust me the least. The fool has one great advantage. Over a man of sense, he is always satisfied with himself. Lead the ideas of your time, and they will accompany and support you. Fall behind them, and they drag you along with them. Oppose them, and they will overwhelm you. Variety made the revolution. Liberty was just a pretext. We frustrate many designs against us by pretending not to see them. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. Orders and decorations are necessary in order to dazzle the people. In politics, nothing is immutable. Events carry within them an invincible power. The unwise destroy themselves in resistance. The skillful accept events, take strong hold of them, and direct them. You would make a ship sail against the winds and currents by lighting a bonfire under her decks. I have no time for such nonsense. If they want peace, nations should avoid the pinpricks that precede cannon shots. There are in the world two powers, the sword and the spirit. The spirit has always vanquished the sword. Do you know, Fontaines, what astonishes me most in this world? The inability of force to create anything. In the long run, the sword is always beaten by the spirit. L'ambition de dominer sur les esprits est la plus forte de toutes les passions. At 22, many things are allowed which are no longer permitted past 30. I have to say it, I didn't have the courage. The true conquests, the only ones that cause no regret, are those made over ignorance.